Hey wordies, it's your girl A Tati, your favorite Yay Mash blogger, and I'm going to be doing a Power Season 4 finale review. Illegal or illegal, baby, I gotta make it. So the scene opens up with Tariq is at the police station with his parents. They're both sitting there. He's being interrogated about what he saw, what he claims he didn't see. But before I even go into all of that, I actually feel very cheated that I didn't get to see Tasha and Ghost actually find out about Raina's death. Like, we skipped that whole dramatic scene, and I really would have liked to see that. So Tariq says, of course, he didn't see anything. He's a professional liar. He's Ghost and Tasha's son, so he's good at that. No big deal. They're in and out of there. They get back home. Tasha, my girl Tasha, always the inquisitive one, always knows the most. She's questioning him because she honestly thinks he does know more. Ghost, dumb Ghost. He doesn't think that he's lying at all, of course, and he's just like, no, it's me and all of my issues, and I got into it with the Jimenez, so they're the ones that did this. So that's another blow to Tasha. Tasha did not know that Ghost was participating at all in the drug world or any criminal activity. Ever since he got out of jail, she's been told that, he's going legit, which is what he had been trying to do previously. So, of course, Tasha's upset again. She's really hurt. She doesn't understand why he didn't discuss this with her. And she's letting him know that this is one thing that you can't actually fix. This is one thing that's very final. This is a big blow to our family. And you always think you can handle everything, but this will never be handled. Next, the family goes home. They make it to the home, and they're in the home. Tasha's immediately greeted by Keisha. Keisha walks up to her. She hugs her. The scene is kind of silent, so you're just looking at the two emotions of the parents. Ghost immediately dips off because he's getting dressed for war. He's on his way to go find out who killed his daughter. And Tasha's totally in agreement with that. She's like, you make sure you kill this person. So she watches him leave. Bye. From there, you get to see Tommy. Finally, he gets a call from Ghost, and he's looking at his phone. He ignores it because he's meeting his new family. His dad is introducing him to all his Italian friends, so he's excited to have new friends now. So he ignores the call. At that same time, Kanan pulls up on him. So he's shocked and surprised, like, hey, didn't know you were in town. Kanan has dead bodies in the trunk. Of course, that's really not a shock to Tommy because he doesn't really seem bewildered at that. He's just more so like, why are you here? And Kanan lets him know that somebody tried to kill him, and Tommy has to explain, that wasn't me. And this is when Tommy first gets his first glimpse that all his intuition about Dre has been right the whole time, because Kanan says Dre knew I was in town and that this is Dre and he's gonna kill Dre. So finally, we're starting to get like the seeds planted that Dre has been up to no good this whole time. Back at the house, Tasha is still talking to all these people. Everybody's giving her all these words of encouragement. Everything happens for a reason, blah, blah, blah. All the shit you don't want to hear when somebody passes away. And Silver comes over. He greets her. She's happy to see him, I guess, in a way. But Silver, being the stand-up guy that he is, immediately is like, if you know anything, tell me. I can get these investigators. And that's when Tasha, really starts thinking like, okay, I think she starts thinking like, we're really different people because I'm not about to handle this the way that he wants me to handle this. And she kind of shuts it down because he keeps trying to pry into their business and what they're going to do. And Tasha really just has to shut it down like the ride or die she is. And it's just like, I need you to leave, because she's not going to tell him anything and she's not going to be able to tell him what he wants to hear. Okay, so at the same time, Ghost goes outside. He's leaving. He sees Angela. Angela has learned about Raina's passing, so she comes to give his condolences. He's also kind of, at the same time, going through the same thing that Tasha's going through with Silver, because, of course, Angela's like, tell me anything that happened. I'll find the killer. Let me know. Ghost is trying to brush her off. He's emotional. He's upset. He really doesn't want to go into it. He gives her a kiss on the cheek. He walks off. And, of course, Tommy's sitting there waiting for him. But he walks off so that Angela doesn't even know that he's meeting up with Tommy. From there, you find Tommy and Ghost go to a warehouse that the Jimenez run. And because they're assuming at this point that the Jimenez have something to do with it, and they're trying to start a war with them because of what Tommy did previously in the season. So they get there, kill everybody. They don't kill the leader, the main leader. They like nail him to a chair or something, I think. Something very gross. And they're questioning him about it. He's telling them he didn't have anything to do with it, didn't even know his daughter died. They're like, you're lying, you're lying. Ghost puts the gun in his face. He's like, swear to me that you never did anything, against me or my family. He finally lets him know that he killed Julio. And then he also says, Dre set me up to do it. So now we have another key point that Tommy is really like, Tommy's wheels are spinning. Ghost is so upset about his daughter. So he doesn't even really care. It's not even really registering to him. But Tommy's pissed because he's noticing that everything he thought was true. Ghost kills him before Tommy can even get the chance to question him anymore, because Ghost is like, this is the least of our concerns. From there, Ghost ends up at a church that he's looking at to see about having Raina's services at, because him and his family don't have a church. Councilman Tate is there, who I really do not understand. I'm very confused by his entire character. I don't know if this is a good guy, a bad guy, a half and half. I don't really know what's going on with Councilman Tate. He's like in the streets, but not in the streets. I don't know what's going on with him. I just know that he's trying to exploit his daughter's death. He wants Ghost to be the face of the community so that he can help, like, change it around. But I guess he's just doing it in like a low, like, kind of shisty way, because Ghost is like, this big production that you and this pastor want to make of my daughter's funeral is really just, media. Like, you're just trying to turn it into a spectacle. And Councilman Tate is just like, exactly, and that's what you'll do. At the house, Tariq finally, I guess, decides he wants to be a real brother. And, of course, he's getting high, though, in the same process, because he's a drug addict now. He's drinking lean. He's getting upset, and I guess he decides, I have to kill Ray Ray now, which is what you should have thought when Raina was confronting him outside. But he decides he has to kill Ray Ray. He gets up. He leaves the house. He's calling around, trying to find Ray Ray. He calls Kanan, and Kanan picked up so casually as if they had been in contact this whole time. As far as I knew, I haven't even seen them have a conversation since he killed Jukebox, but neither here nor there. Kanan tells him he doesn't know where Ray Ray is, so now he goes to see Dre. Dre, who for whatever reason he had been protecting up until this time and not letting his family know that Dre knew about Kanan and everything, but he threatens him and tells him, if you don't tell me where Ray Ray is, I will tell my family that you know everything. So Dre caves. He tells him where he is. Once Tasha realizes that Tariq is missing at the house, she freaks out. She can't call Ghost because he left his phone. She doesn't really know. She doesn't know where to turn or what to do. So we see her go to Angela. I didn't know where they were going with that when they had her, like, have this light bulb over her head about who she should go see. But she went to go see Angela. And I will be the first to say that this episode was actually the only episode of this entire show that Angela did not piss me off. This is the only episode in this whole thing that I was ever like, okay, she doesn't bother me. But she helps Tasha. She has somebody track his phone to let her know, like, where he is. She also tells her that she's a little skeptical of the guy Ray Ray because she did, like, go see him previous in the episode. And, like, she says that she saw that he had been looking into Tariq's file. Of course, Tasha already kind of knows that Ray Ray is responsible because Tommy did call her earlier and tell her that he also had found that out. But Tasha, the OG she is, never breaking, never folding. Thanks for the help, but I gotta go. Tasha's out of there. So now Tasha, she's searching for Tariq. The manhunt is on for Ray Ray as well because Tommy's looking for him. And so is Ghost because they've they've linked up, exchanged information. But while this is happening, Dre is meeting up with Father Callahan. I think that's his name. He's meeting up with him because he's called to meet him because Tommy let him know that he found out he killed Julio. So he's going to tell Dre, like, hey, this is just all getting too messy for me. Ultimately, the priest, the father, he's a good guy. Like, I don't know how he got wrapped up in these drugs and stuff, but he's really not, he's not a killer. He's not a mean. Like, I feel like he really just wants the money to, like, help his church and stuff. So he's not a part of this life. He's not about it. He's like, I just want to back out gracefully. I'm not going to ever tell on you. I'm not going to tell anybody. Dre's not trying to hear that. He stabs him. He kills him. I don't know who this is. When Dre first came on this show, I liked him. He was a genuine, nice guy. He wanted to change his lifestyle over. He wanted to be Ghost. He didn't even want to be in the drug game anymore. And now all of a sudden, you just killing everybody because now you want to be a kingpin. I don't know what happened to him. So, anyways, now he has to meet up with all of his minions, basically, that he's gathered and stolen from Tommy. He stole all of them. Tommy's like connects and stuff, so they're all meeting up to discuss how they're going to move forward because Dre made his little side deal with the Jimenez. So they meet up. They're all looking for Father Callahan, like, oh, where's he? They're noticing he's not there. They're not expecting that the actual leaders, that badass woman and her brother, I guess, they're not expecting them to, like, walk in, but they come in, tell them that they just found out that the guy that Tommy and Ghost killed earlier, who's also a part of the Jimenez, like one of their leaders, they just found out that he's dead. So they're upset because they think that came from Dre and his people. And one of the deals for them working together was that there wouldn't be a war. Dre is trying to reassure her that he has nothing to do with it. And she ultimately, I guess, believes him. They move forward. Dre tells them that Father Callahan is no longer a part of this. That's that. Dre is now the new Ghost and Tommy. The deal has been made. That's it. Fast forward back to Tasha. Now everybody's running through the city. Tasha's trying to find Tariq. She's not really knowing that he's actually going to kill Ray Ray, but she's just trying to find Tariq. Ghost and Tommy are on their way to Ray Ray's house. Ghost gets there exactly at the right time because he sees Tariq in the elevator. So he sees Tariq, so now he's freaking out. He's busting windows to get into this apartment building. I don't know how the police or nobody was notified about that, but it's cable, it's TV. So he breaks in. He's running, trying to get up the elevator. The elevator's not coming fast enough. So now he's running up all these flights of stairs. It has to be like 20 flights, trying to beat Tariq up the stairs to get to Ray Ray. Of course, Tariq gets there first. He has the gun to him. Ray Ray's like, boy, you weak. You're soft. He's not really concerned. He's like, just put the gun down. Call your dad. Like, let it go. And at first Tariq is about to because, he's never killed anybody. Like, he's really, he's not about that. He's just upset about his sister. So he puts the gun down, but then Ray Ray says something slick about how, like, he's not hard and his sister was, like, harder than him or something like that. So Tariq kills him. He shoots him. And now Tariq is inducted into the family business because now he's a killer as well as everybody else. Of course, right after that, as soon as he shoots him, Ghost busts through the door. So now he made it. He sees that Ray Ray's on the ground bleeding. He comes to Tariq like, are you okay? Are you okay? Right after that, Tommy busts through the door. Tommy makes it in. Are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay? Right after that, Tasha comes busting through because she ran up the fire escape. Are you okay? Are you okay? To Tariq. Tariq is fine, everybody. Tariq is a buster. I can't stand him. He doesn't have, nothing's ever wrong with him. He's just a jerk. I don't like him. So he's fine. So now, they're cleaning up his mess because this whole season is about his mess. They're cleaning up his mess, trying to get rid of the body. Tommy once again looks at Ray Ray on the ground and notices that he saw Dre talking to Ray Ray earlier in this episode. And I didn't mention this earlier, but Dre did speak to Ray Ray earlier. And Ray Ray said that Dre had been paying him to take care of Tariq. I I don't know. He was paying Jukebox and Ray Ray to watch Tariq while he was with 50. Well, not 50. Kanan. While he was with Kanan. I don't know how. I don't know what that's about. They never even mentioned that before, but that's dumb. Anyways, they clean up the body. They get rid of the body. They clean that up. Tasha goes home. She takes Tariq home. She's giving Tariq all these instructions. She's like, hey, we're going in this basement. Burn your clothes. When you get up the stairs, you don't talk to nobody. You go right in my room. You get in the shower. You clean your hands. You scrub your fingernails with hydrogen peroxide. Like, she's letting him know how to get rid of all the evidence. She's like, don't touch nothing in the bathroom till you finish cleaning up. So he's grabbing everything with Kleenexes, making sure he doesn't leave any fingerprints. I feel like this moment also is him finally, for the first time, getting to see his parents for who they really are. Like, this is what you've been wanting for whatever reason all season. You've been wanting to see everybody's, like, criminal activity. And this is his first glimpse, I feel like, into really seeing, like, this is how they get down. Like, this is how my family gets down. This is how they handle business. This is what they do. So, of course, now he's listening. Now he's listening. Now he's quiet. Now he'll do what everybody says. So they do that. When Tommy and them were cleaning up, you saw him, like, picking up the bullets. And I was like, oh, okay, good job. I'm like, he's really, they know what they're doing. They know how to, like, get rid of all the evidence. We'll come back to that. So they're like, so Ghost and Tommy, they didn't go home. They're still on a mission. They're like, we have one more stop. They want to go get Dre, of course. They want to go kill Dre. They pull up, they follow Dre or found out where he was, but they see him ending a meeting with the Jimenez and all of Tommy and Ghost's old connects. So now they realize, and now that he's officially in this world, he's not as simple of a mark as he was before. Now this is going to take real planning. This is going to take real strategizing. And of course, who's going to help them? Camera turns into the car. Kanan's in the back seat. We're all friends again, supposedly. I would not trust him. This is dumb. I'm like, Kanan is not a good guy. It's not like, Ghost and Tommy, they have their issues. They're criminals, but they're not, well, Tommy might be, but they're not literally just like evil people. Kanan doesn't really have a heart. He doesn't really have a soul, so I would not trust him. I don't know why, but I guess they have this common enemy now, so they can team up together. And of course, Tommy lets them know we have new friends because I found my dad. So now we have Italians to help us. And so that's what they'll do. They're going to get with the Italians, and that'll be that. Final scene of the show, which is really sad. Well, really sad for me because I'm nervous about next season. First, they show Angela and all the other police that showed up to the scene of the crime. I thought this in past seasons. I don't know why Angela's always there, because you're not actually a cop and you're not a detective. I forgot like what her actual like title is, but you're more so like in like the legal like courtroom like side of things. I don't know why she's like, she be on call, like she's on like on the walkie or something. Like I don't know why she's there, but she's there. She already knows that they have something to do with it, but she notices, like I told you guys earlier about Tommy picking up the bullets. He missed one. There was a bullet in the wall that Tariq shot, and he stole his mama's gun to do this. And Angela notices the bullet, and she's like, take this out, test it, and we'll know who this gun belongs to. So Tasha, the smart lady she is, she already knows what's up. She knows that there is a chance that she might get caught up in this situation. She knows that somehow her gun might get traced back. So she goes to see Silver, and she lets him know, I need a lawyer. She, in a roundabout way, lets him know that somebody knew who killed their child and they might have killed them. And so she needs a lawyer. Of course, he thinks it's James at first, and she lets him know, no, it's me. Terry, very emotionally, very sad because, he admitted to her earlier that he was in love with her. I don't know how true that is, but he admitted that he was in love with her. So he tells her, I can either be your lawyer or I can be your lover, but I can't be both. And Tasha, who we have never had to question people, we've always known that Tasha was a ride or die. We've always known that Tasha is smart, that she thinks with her head more than she thinks with her heart. And it's a no-brainer. I need a lawyer. And that's where we end. So Hopefully next season does not see my girl go down for her dumb son. And hopefully we do see Dre go down. See you next season.
This is a big rich town. I just come from the poet's